He put all the locations in one bowl, the politicians' names in another bowl, and it's like the World Cup. They draw them out as to where they're going. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and then some poor unfortunate fecker gets Edinburgh or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And somebody else gets New Zealand. But they go for a week, by the way. It's not just a day. They end up going for a week, and they can bring their partner or whatever it is, and they stay in a 5-star hotel. Like, it costs a lot of money for the state.
Well, it probably costs like the hundreds of thousands anyway. We know that much already. But the sad thing here, just listening to the previous caller, I agree with her as well. But with the Gardaí in a recruitment campaign at the moment, they're on video saying, calling it to mosques and whatever.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen that video going around yesterday.
We have too many. We don't want too many Irish men and women being a member of the force. We have our children being sent off. Like the government have sold. They're continuously selling our children, selling the country. They sold the Diageo Guinnesses. They sold Aer Lingus. They sold our fisheries. They're selling off our children. They're selling off. There is no country here. Like, there's no identity. I don't know why they want to go over and sell Ireland. The Irish people are not allowed to raise their own tricolour in their own country. They're allowed to be called a far-right racist. It's insane what's going on in this country. And you know, the saddest thing of all, just listen to the previous caller, like, people re-elected this.
Yeah.
They re-elected this only weeks ago. And we've had appalling levels, the worst levels in the history of the Irish state. This state's only about 120 years old, if even.
The reason they get re-elected every single time is because of the position. Then they're the incumbent, and it's good marketing. Look, it's all about marketing, isn't it, when it comes to elections? And my dad voted for Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, and we're a Fine Gael family, and and it's the local politicians more so in the local areas who've done a bit of work in the local areas for Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael. So that's how they end up getting back in every single time. Because you did see some of the main ones struggled to get in.
Yeah, it's become a very sad state. Like I've watched Ireland over the years as well. All the parades in Dublin over the years and elsewhere around the country, and it is a great spectacle and it is great crack and all of the rest. But Ireland is no longer what it used to be. It's destroyed. It's eroding right before our eyes. Our children are gone. It's a very sad place at the minute. So we should be sending over the likes of people probably like, big business owners like the Colson brothers, the billionaires who are in the US who own Stripe. Maybe send over a selection of nurses and junior doctors who are working in the state just to express the dire straits that we're in and the kind of help and the kind of innovation that we need brought into this country to fix the mess that our leaders have created. They're the leaders we have at the moment. They're not leaders. They're just gone over the party on our money. While we pay for everything else that's in this country, which is little or nothing that you get back. It's a very sad place at the moment in Ireland that to know that people, knowing the records on homelessness, child homelessness, the state of the HSE, it's actually getting to the point where it's frightening for elderly people now because you're left for dead, literally. We've had teenagers die in hospital who should have been sent home and fixed up. It's appalling. And
do you think they'll get an invite? By the way, do you think they're going to get the traditional invite this year? It doesn't look like it, does it?
Well, do you know what's interesting about it all? We're off the back of the German election where the far right, as they call it,
1 in 5.
AFD,
1 in 5.
Yeah. The 1 in 5 Germans now want an end to this crap that we're being put through in Europe. And Holland is already there, Hungary's there, Italy's there, and the Netherlands is Poland is there. Ireland is now just evolving with no right-wing section in the political forum, so we will, in theory, become the refugee camp of Europe with the deals that they're cutting with these parties that are going into power now in Europe. We're being left behind because we've no right-wing way of thinking. We're only left liberal, and that's it. It's sad, but it's a delusion because the reality of what's left in this country is pretty appalling when you look at it.
I even looked the other day at the list of people who were planning or maybe proposing to run for presidency in June or October, should I say. And to be honest with you, it's just there's about 15 or 20 kind of possible names there. And they're all left. Most of them are nearly all left-leaning. Yeah. The
whole country, the whole political establishment in the Dáil is left-wing. Even Sinn Féin are left. You actually need to balance out the pendulum on all rights in this country. Rights for individuals, rights for children, rights for sections of society, rights for business, everything. You need a right wing to balance it out. There's no right wing. We've ingrained, ever since the evolution of Fine Gael under Enda Kenny passed over to Leo Varadkar, we have nothing but a left-leaning lunatic society who are really just paying for it all. It's quite a sad place a nation of lemmings just left with no choice but to re-elect the same people that would destroy the lives of their own children.
And I think the problem, Seamus, is the right wing just don't seem to be able to organise themselves properly.
Perhaps. Let's see what they do in Europe, because it's already in place in Europe. And Europe, at the end of the day, dictates what our lemmings in the Dáil do in this country. So there's no point looking at RT News or anything that goes on in this country, because we're stuck with what we have.
I know. I stopped watching RT News years. I stopped watching RT News years ago.
Dictates.
Listen, Seamus, thanks for that. Okay. Appreciate you coming on. Let me go to Joe. Joe, hi, how are you?
Not too bad. Good afternoon and welcome back. Good to hear from you.
Thanks very much indeed. I appreciate it, Joe.
Hope you're better again.
Yeah, well, look, I'm getting there. I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there.
Oh, no, that's the main thing anyway. Well, if there's anyone to send over there, Niall, I think it should be you, Niall.
Oh, thanks.
I think you'd be the only one over there that would solve the whole problem. At least it would be two men talking together. It would be two gobsheeds talking together.
I'll happily accept the invitation, by the way, if they wanted to send it to me.
Oh, no, I think you should go over there. And you could also bring Malachy over there, which as well.
Malachy Steenson, yeah.
Yeah, because his name has already been mentioned.
Yeah.
There was a lady on there a couple of weeks ago on the show, and she suggested that Malachy should go over there, because, this fucking thing, sending the likes of Micheál Martin and them over to Washington is an embarrassment, because I know that Trump is not going to allow these gobshites to go over there and start talking shite,
No.
He's not going to let these gobshites go over and start doing the clown,
Yeah.
Because you know and I know that Donald Trump doesn't forgive or forget. He doesn't forget. And after the way our politicians in this country are treating him in the last couple of months and the last number of years, do you think he's going to engage with the likes of Micheál Martin?
Yeah, see, if I was Donald Trump, I might invite Micheál over and then embarrass him in front of the world's press.
Yeah, I do like what Boris Yeltsin done in 1994 when he refused to meet the Irish government. Do you remember Albert Reynolds?
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just say, sorry lads, I'm not meeting those clowns. I don't want to get a disease or anything landed on me, because the likes of Martin, they're just traitors. They're just cutthroat traitors, and they're an embarrassment to the country. You know something? I nearly go over there myself for John O'Donovan, a couple of Irish nationals.
Patriots, yeah.
Over there.
Good Patriots.
Patriots, yeah. And I tell you something, we might have a better day out on it, because I think at the moment, sending the likes of him and any other Irish politician over there, it's just an absolute. It's just an embarrassment.
Well, there is one or two Irish politicians. So some people have mentioned online Carol Nolan. Yeah, she's a good representative.
Yeah, Carol Nolan.
Yeah, Pater Tobin is a good guy.
Yeah.
Catherine Connolly. Somebody else said. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, I mean, there is a few. Somebody says I'd vote for Mary Lou McDonald. That comes in from Susan.
And you know,
Mary Lou McDonald is the last person I would. I don't know, Susan, what you're thinking of. She's the last person I ever said. She doesn't want to go anyway.
She's just a fucking gobshite. You know something? I tell you something.
But she called Donald Trump a misogynist and a racist. Why would you want to send her?
That's right. And there was another politician at it again yesterday on RT. You want Marie Sherlock, the one that beat Jimmy Hutch.
Yeah.
She was calling him a fascist and everything on live television. Like, do you think now that Donald Trump is going to entertain those kind of clowns? Not a hope in hell.
Okay, well, listen, thanks for that, Joe. How are you?
Afternoon, Niall. Welcome back, pal.
Thank you very much.
Come here, Niall. This goes deeper than just Ukraine and Palestine. If you don't wear the Palestine lapel, if you're not chanting from the river to the sea, you're not waving a rainbow-coloured flag, if you don't believe everybody's welcome, and it's not the mass migration that's causing all the problems, it's the lack of Gardaí, it's the lack of nurses. Like, we've boatloads of nurses and doctors coming in. You're far right. And the lines are being drawn now. You're either on the Trump side, where he just wants to cut out all this fucking nonsense. That's what he wants to cut out. Just cut out the nonsense. spending millions and millions and millions of pounds. Have you heard some of the nonsense they're spending the money on?
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Well, the same time to tell us there's not enough houses, there's not enough.
I know, yeah, we're spending America. What was it? They sent millions over for a transgender opera in Cambodia or something like that.
Come on, you know. That's what's wrong. Okay, we have a load of sliddly little second weasels that are clinging onto this European thing. Niall Boylan a couple of years ago, slating us because we wanted our sovereignty. That's a backwards looking thing. And then a couple of weeks ago, how he's going to defend Ukraine's sovereignty to the death. You know, come on. You know, I mean, the way they're looking at it is Donald Trump does not take that crap, so therefore they can't be seen to be liking him. Oh God, no, that goes against Europeans. Everybody can be anything they want values. But it costs a lot of money.
Ireland's policies, in recognising the state of Palestine in the first place, officially recognising the state of Palestine, our policies, or should I say our stance on Ukraine and our support for Ukraine, for both financially and physically, our support to Ukraine, everything that we do goes against what Donald Trump believes in. So from that point of view, obviously he has a very different view of the world.
Now, who pays us the most amount of money in the world? Where does our most investment come from? America. And what about the chop off our nose to spite our face? Like it's our country. These people. I mean, we know the way our elections are worked now. Okay, so I don't believe that they speak for the country. Right, you got less than a third of the vote each. Right, so therefore they do not speak for the majority of the country. Okay, they will not give us what we want. They won't a referendum on immigration. Why? Because the last time they gave us a referendum on something to do with immigration, we told them where to stick. Remember, you couldn't just come to this country and have a baby.
Yeah.
Remember that? We overwhelmingly said no.
84, that's 2004. 84% of people voted against it,
And we had the cheek to I think it was one of the RT women, was on giving out to some American fella at the elections, and he said, sorry, did you spin this in yourselves?
Yeah, well, that's right, because birthright citizenship, Donald Trump just banned birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
And she had a go at saying, do you think that's right that he did that? And the commentator from the United States said, but you did it already. So why can you do it and we can't?
No, they will not mention when anything goes wrong that it is an immigration problem. It's every other problem but an immigration problem. That just goes to tell you. And it's all cheap labour. Cheap labour. You know what I said to the White House? Michael O'Leary. Or Ryan, your man that owns Ryanair. What's his name? That's Michael O'Leary.
Michael O'Leary.
Somebody like that. Somebody that knows what they're talking about. Businessman. I've said it for a long time now. You're always telling me politics, that it's a job. No, if they were in a real job, they'd be all sacked.
Oh, they would, yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay. So therefore, that's not a real job. I don't consider that a real job. Get some businessmen in there, some businesswomen, people who have actually made something of themselves. Not somebody that didn't even graduate school.
So your suggestion to go to the White House this year would be Michael O'Leary? That's not a bad suggestion. Yeah.
I mean, they pump a lot of money into this country. Without them, if even half of the multinationals pulled out with this country, we'd be back to picking sports people. Just remember that.
Oh, yeah. No, I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you, Jason. Sorry, I got to get